I would emphasize the proposal to create a common European United States economic space that could possibly become political space as well. Obviously, this would have very important consequences and implications for Russia itself, because to a greater extent than before, Russia would be facing a very attractive and united Western community. And my hope is that the Russian choice then would be to improve relations with that new creation.
The President also mentioned further nuclear arms reduction. Do you believe a new agreement is within sight? Will it happen anytime soon?
I don't know whether it's in sight, but yes, I think this is very possible, because it's very clear to me that Russia is continuing to be interested in arms control, even though in many other areas it does not want to have the proximity to the United States that we thought that they might have.
Why do you think the foreign policy of the Obama administration towards Russia is a mystery?
Well, it is a mystery, perhaps because the energy of this administration and time are being spent on domestic issues, and so therefore they have not yet clarified as much as they might have the foreign policy part, and in particular the Russia policy.
You state the policy of limitation as a fact. Is it justified in the case of Russia? Is Russia really not relevant anymore, or not as relevant as it used to be?
No, I think it is relevant, and it remains a large country and an important country. On the other hand, one side cannot pursue a policy if the other is not interested, or even keeps yelling and screaming about the United States, and stops or reverses even some of the agreements that we have had, like USAID and so on. So adoption of Russian children, it's totally beyond my imagination to understand why they made the decision that they made.
So it's a very simplistic question, but which side is to blame for these failures in relations, for this series of misunderstandings that resulted in problematic legislation?
To some extent, it is both sides, but I would say, if I had to add a percentage to your question, I would say in this instance, taking the last 2 or 3 years, it's probably 80% the Russians' fault and 20% ours.
Is it about personalities, Medvedev versus Putin?
That makes a difference, and I think it's for domestic political purposes. Putin has recreated this conspiracy mindset. There is no conspiracy. Nobody is trying to undermine the stability of Russia. Quite obviously, the United States has an interest in civil society and in the long-term evolution of Russia, but it is towards that democratic order. But it's up to the Russian people to do this, and not to the American people. But there is no communist ideology. No, you can't. No, this is not the Cold War.
Is there anything?
It's a setback now.
Is there anything the Obama administration could or should do to reverse this pattern, to improve it somehow?
Well, I think right now to wait and see is the best way. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see the extent to which Russia rediscovers its need for the West in general and the United States in particular. But we ought to be ready for that.